Yes, guys, welcome back to another vid from Mutal FC, and today we got another banging vid for you. It's week 6 predictions for the Premier League, and we had another saucy week last week. Like, oh my, the goals were flying in, Tottenham bottling it like they normally do. Oh, don't we love that? Fucking Tottenham think they're going to win the league and then they bottle it. But the biggest thing was VAR. And as a United fan, it was nice to see Liverpool get cuffed by VAR. Let me tell you that.
The football for the last 24 months knows that simply because the offside takes precedence over the penalty.
That's all.
It doesn't mean that because you're offside, oh, look, he was offside. Okay, I can go and kick him in the nuts. You can't do that, yeah?
All right, so obviously Van Dijk just suffered an ACL injury, and everyone calls him Big Virg, but let's see how big he is. He's not so big right now, is he? But moving into Leeds Villa, so Villa, I don't know, man, it's insane. They're top of the table right now, and they just beat Leicester. And Leeds, I'm really excited to see their new signing, Rafinha. And I think they're yet to play today because they're shooting this on a Monday. They're yet to play Wolves today. So I'm gonna go 1-0 to Villa because we haven't seen Rafinha play yet. Just because Barkley, Grealish, I think Barkley's getting 8 shots per game and Grealish getting 3 shots. I think they have enough firepower, so I'm gonna go 1-0 to Villa.
So I'm gonna go for a 2-2 tie here. I think Bielsa always finds a way to get a result in these big games. I feel like I know Villa are playing really well. Grealish, Barkley. Now they have their forward, Ollie Watkins, but I think it's going to be a 2-2 tie, based off of what Bielsa has shown on how he's game planned against City and Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with both teams playing very well. Leeds, like Locke said, have yet to play, but they've shown them good performances against City and Liverpool and all that. But I think Aston Villa are gonna take this win. I think it's gonna be 5 out of 5. I think they're gonna win 3-2. I think there's a lot of goals in this game. Very two good teams with attacking players. And also the only reason I'm saying Aston Villa would edge it just because they're on a good run. They've just beat Leicester, right? They've just beat Liverpool 7-2. I think that's such a confidence boost and such a momentum riding type of thing. So I think they'll just edge it. Barkley's playing well, Grealish. So yeah, 3-2 to Aston Villa.
All right, moving on to West Ham, Man City. So obviously, West Ham just came back 3-3 against fucking Spurs, Lanzini Rocket. But I don't know, man. City, I feel like they have a tendency to drop points. 17-18, they ended up dropping points to Crystal Palace. The Milivojevic missed pen could have been worse. So I'm gonna go 1-1 West Ham and City.
So I have City 4-1. I think they're gonna win this game. City have dropped points against lower teams before, but it's been a pattern of Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Wolves. I feel like I've never seen them lose to West Ham. If anything, they've always beat West Ham by more than 2 or 3 goals. I think Aguero coming back to full fitness is going to help them out up top. Their defense looks solid with Ruben Dias. They're going to get Laporte back also. And I think West Ham, I feel like they deserve to lose to Spurs. Credit to them for scoring 3 in the last 10 minutes, but I think that's more luck than skill, and I don't see them playing like that again. So I have City 4-1.
For me, I initially did have City drawing with West Ham, but when I rethink about it, when I watched that Arsenal game, City didn't play out of their mind. Obviously, missing De Bruyne as a key player, which I think really does affect them now, because they don't have when they won the league 2 years ago with Bernardo Silva almost getting the Player of the Year. They had David Silva, so they had players to cover for De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva's not playing like that at the moment, and they don't have David Silva. So I think missing De Bruyne really does hurt them in terms of creativity. But I think City will just edge it because they have Aguero and a chance of anything and score. And I think it's going to be a 2-1. I do think City have a very good defender in Ruben Dias. I thought he was excellent against Arsenal. Very commanding. I wanted him at United. I think he's a very good defender, and if Laporte comes back as well. I think it'll be a tight game just because West Ham have shown themselves against beating Wolves, beating Leicester, getting that draw. Even though it was 3 goals down, they got the draw at the end. So I think they'll be riding with some confidence. So I think it's going to be a close game, but City 2-1.
All right, moving on to Fulham, Crystal Palace. So obviously everyone knows how Mitrovic failed so hard that day. Missed a pen, gave away a pen, and just had a shit game in general. Zaha also scored a pen. I think it was against Brighton last week. So this is an exciting game for me personally as a neutral, but I'm going to say 2-1 to Fulham. I think Mitrovic will come back stronger.
So I'm going 2-1 to Palace. In the winner of this game, this game, I think is going to play a huge role in the relegation race because I think Palace will be safe. I think Fulham's going to be the one that gets relegated. But I think if Fulham can pull 3 points from this game, I feel like they significantly higher the chance of saving themselves for this year. But I just think that Fulham defense is way too weak to stay in the Prem. I don't think it deserves to be in the Prem. I think Zaha will have fun all day against that defense. So I have Crystal Palace 2-1.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say Fulham fans are not going to like to hear this, but 3-0 to Crystal Palace. People were always saying, Zaha only has a good start, but then he won't continue to do well. I think he's showing it. Even after the international break, he's still being good. I think Zaha really has just has incentive right now. For some reason, he's playing really well, and fair play to him, right? I think after having not the best season last season, only 4 goals in the league, he's stepped it up this season. So I think Crystal Palace, pretty much, they're playing well, right? And especially the wins against United, that was a big win. I think Crystal Palace are going to do well. I think they're going to smash Fulham. Fulham are, in my opinion, the worst team in the league by a country mile. I think Mitrovic missing the pen and giving a pen, he could bounce back, but I think more it's just going to hurt his confidence. So I think it's going to be a Crystal Palace 3-0 win.
All right, moving on to United Chelsea. This is obviously the biggest game of the weekend. And Chelsea never cease to amaze with their defensive capabilities. In Zuma hitting it back, and then Kepa just dying on the goal line for no reason. I don't know, man, what Lampard coaches them defensively. And then United, Maguire came back, scored the header off the corner. I just think Chelsea have too many new players trying to get a look in. I think Ziyech only got 18 minutes or something, so if he wants to start him, there's a problem there. I'm just gonna say 2-1 to United.
Yeah, so I'm also going 2-1 to United. I think this game is going to be decided on mistakes. I think whoever can minimize their mistakes the most will end up winning this game because I think it's going to be the scrappiest game of the weekend because you have United who are coming off a game against Newcastle and then they have PSG tomorrow and then they're playing Chelsea on Saturday or Sunday. And then Chelsea also have a Champions League game tomorrow also. So I think there's going to be a lot of tired players on the and I think United solely win this game on a Kepa mistake. Like I said, I think this game's going to be decided on mistakes. And I think Kepa once again is going to make a mistake. So I have United 2-1.
Yeah. Being a United fan, I have to be optimistic, so I'm gonna say 2-1. But I'll be honest, against Newcastle, I did not see us even win that game. To be honest, I'm happy we did it. The performance was excellent. Right. My only thing is against Chris was spot on. I think it's going to be a game of mistakes. Both defenses aren't crazy good. I know United didn't actually put a bad performance against Newcastle defensively, but they weren't really tested. Right. The Luke Shaw goal was unlucky. That happens once in a blue moon. But De Gea came up big with a save. So that's nice to see De Gea a huge save. But I think it will be decided by mistakes. Hopefully it's Chelsea making more mistakes, and I think it's going to be 2-1 to United. But I wouldn't be surprised to see if it went the other way around because Ziyech got 20 minutes, so he could start that game next week. Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, they all look really good. So attackingly, I could see either one be optimistic. 2-1 United.
All right, moving on to Liverpool, Sheffield. So obviously, we roasted Van Dijk in the intro, but after all of that, hopefully he comes back for injury well. But I'm gonna go Sheffield win here. I know everyone's gonna be like, "What are you saying?" But, they did beat Chelsea in Project Restart. And in the game against Fulham, McBurney got 2 or 3 open headers in the box, and no offense to Liverpool backline, they can't head to save their lives. Calvert-Lewin scored against them, so that's why I honestly think I could see the upset for Sheffield here. So I'm gonna say 3-0.
So I have Liverpool 3-0. I think Sheffield is definitely getting relegated this year. There's no attack, midfield, or defense on that team. I thought they were going to get relegated last year because of the talent on that team, and bar kind of legendary coaching from Chris Wilder last year, I don't think they're saving themselves. So I have Liverpool 3-0, and I think Sheffield's going to continue to lose for the rest of the season without scoring many goals at all. Kind of like a Huddersfield Part 2.
I'm going to be honest. I think Liverpool, even though they didn't win that game against Everton, it's they played amazing, but they didn't play it bad. They should have won that game against Everton. Let's be real. That goal at the end is very unlucky to not get that goal. But I think they're just gonna win this 3-1. Like Sheffield, like Chris pointed out, they're not good. They're not the same team. I am surprised to see them do this bad. I didn't think a team that finished eighth last year would like fall so below. Like I think everyone expected second season they might go down a little bit, but like not. I thought they'd be 12th, 11th, not like relegation. I know it's still early days, so I'm not gonna like count them out. But it's against Liverpool. I think Liverpool after the Aston Villa game and after a draw and a loss, like against Everton as well. Like they have to bounce back. They need a win. They can't. They're not going to just like slip the title like this. So I think they're going to come back, bounce back with a solid 3-1 win.
All right, moving on to Southampton, Everton. So Richarlison suspended for Everton because he had fun with that tackle on Thiago. But I think Everton are going to find it harder against Southampton because the way they play is like obviously a lot through Calvert-Lewin and James. And like both the Southampton center backs, Yannick Vestergaard and Jan Bednarak, they're both very good in the air. But I also think it's like it works the other way as well. Like I think Everton back four looks good right now, so I don't know if Ings and Adams are gonna have any success. So I'm gonna say 1-1 for this because honestly, like goals are flying in, and like yeah, I'm gonna say 1-1.
So I'm going 2-0 Everton. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, and James are arguably like right now one of the best front threes in the world. I think, and it doesn't help that Southampton is not very good defensively. I wouldn't say they're bad defensively. I think their play style is just more attacking, so they leave gaps behind. But I think Everton's front line takes advantage of that, and I think they'll win 2-0.
I think it's going to be an Everton 4-1 win. I think it's going to be a routine win for Everton. I think you always have the threat of Danny Ings and Shea Adams, but I think Everton, even though they were lucky to get the draw, it shows character to go down to Liverpool and then come back and then go down and come back again. Calvert-Lewin's firing. Yes, Richarlison isn't going to be playing, so that does kind of hurt them, but I just think they have too much firepower. I think they'll dominate the midfield, right, because their midfield is insane. So I think it'll be a routine win for Everton, 4-1. They're just the most informed team in the league.
All right, moving on to Wolves, Newcastle. So I think St. Maximin just signed his extension with Newcastle, and he did look well. I mean, he did play well, rather, against United, even though they did lose. And Wolves at the moment, like, I don't know, everyone was like, oh, their fixtures are nice, they're going to get some points, but, like, Jimenez hasn't been firing. And I think, like, because there's so many new players in the camp, it just hasn't worked out. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle.
So I'm going 1-1 tie here. I think both these teams have very good set of attackers. Wolves don't seem to be playing too well right now. I don't know how they're going to do against Leeds today, but I think Jimenez gets a goal and maybe Callum Wilson gets a goal and 1-1 tie.
I'm going to be optimistic. I know Newcastle had technically a better start than Wolves. They have an extra point than Wolves. But when you look at Newcastle, the games they've played, against Spurs, they conceded the most shots so far of the season. And then that record was broken against United because they conceded more shots against United. 28 shots on target. That's a problem. I don't think Newcastle, when I saw that game, as good as United did play, and I'm not going to take anything away from them, being a fan, I also thought there were so many gaps between the midfield of Newcastle and the defense of Newcastle. It's like they had no organization. The midfield had no clue what they were doing. Joe Wellington was playing on the right. The dude can't even play striker properly. Why the fuck is he playing right winger or right mid or whatever the fuck he's doing? So, like, it just didn't look like an organized Newcastle team who had no clue, other than St. Maximin. Everyone else, even Wilson, right? Wilson had no chances to score. So I think Wolves are going to win this 2-1. I think Wolves are another team. They just need to get into their stride. I think that's why they had a slow start. I think once they get into their stride, they'll be fine. Because I think Wolves also had a poor start last year, and then they kicked on. So I think Wolves will take this 2-1.
All right, moving on to Arsenal, Leicester. Just on like Arteta and like Aubameyang real quick, like I don't know why he plays left wing. Like I don't know why the fuck William plays through the middle. Like normal people, like when they see like Aubameyang getting like a golden boot play on the left wing, probably think like, how good could he do if he played through the middle? Like fucking Arteta is like, all right, he's getting a golden boot on the left wing. Let's keep him there. I don't know. Fuck like Arteta. I don't like him, but I'm gonna go 2-1 to Leicester. And like I know they have Iheanacho up top, but like I think Barnes has gotten really unlucky so far. And like I still don't trust Gabriel. Like I think we saw it a little bit against City, so I'm gonna go 2-1 to Leicester.
So I have Arsenal 3-1. I think Aubameyang will be back because last 3 seasons he's been scoring constantly. I think he'll find a way to score again, even in that left wing position. And for me, Leicester, like they have beat teams like City this year, but the 2 games they failed to score a goal. And that City game, they had out of the 5 goals, 3 were penalties. And the West Brom game when they won 0-0, 2 of those goals are penalties. So to me, it seems like they're finding it tough. It's hard for them to score without those penalties. So I have Arsenal winning 3-1. I think they're more talented, and Leicester's not playing well right now. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on Arsenal 2-0 against Leicester, and I don't think Leicester fans are gonna be like, "What the heck?" But Leicester obviously don't have Ndidi, so Yonshu's now out, so I think that makes them weaker. First of all, yeah, I don't get why Aubameyang keeps on playing left wing. I agree that like with Locks, like why does Arteta play him there? I've heard some rumors I've looked at that Aubameyang prefers the left wing because he can cut in with his right foot. Which okay, but I still think if he got against Liverpool, I don't know if you guys saw that game, but if he had the chance Lacazette had, 2 1v1s against Alisson, that could have been a 3-3 game or even a 3-2 they could have won. So I mean, I just think I don't know if he's gonna be playing left wing. He only has 1 goal this season. That's not the Aubameyang we all know, but I think he will kick on eventually. I just think Arsenal Partey is probably gonna start. I think he'll dominate the midfield. Usually Leicester, the big thing Leicester has is they dominate the midfield. Usually when they have their best 3, it's Tielemans and Ndidi and James Maddison. And it's a very good balance of midfield, but they won't have that. I'm not sure if Maddison's still fully fit or not. But regardless, I think Arsenal will dominate with Partey. Saka looked amazing against City. I think he was the only good player for them. So I think Arsenal just have the better players. So 2-0.
All right, and as usual, fuck Brighton and West Brom. We only talk about the good games. Me and Spurs. All right, Spurs. Like I know last week we roasted in the intro, like oh they're gonna hump West Ham, and then like West Ham humped them in the last 10 minutes. So I think like Mourinho's gonna like really bash them in training this week and like really run them. So I could see like Spurs honestly battering Burnley like 5-0. So I'm gonna go with that 5-0 to Spurs.
So I have Spurs 2-0. I think that the Kane-Son partnership right now, I think is almost as good as the Neymar-Messi partnership during the MSN days. But Spurs are just way too talented to be losing to a team like Burnley, especially the way Burnley's playing right now. Like their natural defensive style, they can't seem to even get a hold of playing that style anymore. And I'm all for Burnley getting relegated, so I'm happy that they're losing 2-0, 3-0 every game. But yeah, I have Tottenham winning this game 2-0.
Yeah, this time Spurs are actually gonna hump Burnley because there's no. I'm sorry, Burnley fans. Like you guys play some shit football, and you're not playing that shit football even properly anymore because you're losing games. You're in the relegation zone. I know it's early. Spurs are too good. Son fucked you guys last year with that sick goal. I think he'll do something like that again. Bale, if he gets more minutes, I know people are like shitting on Bale. He came in and then they conceded 3 goals. But like, let's be real. Bale could have buried that game. I think if a more match fit Bale probably takes that chance at the end with that La Croqueta, go 1v1. So I think he'll probably play again maybe like 60 minutes against Burnley with that front 3. I mean, Kane's like fucking creating so much. 7 assists now in the league? I mean, the dude might win Golden Boot and Golden Assist or whatever it is called. So yeah, I think 3-0 the Spurs. It could be more. It could be 5. I mean, Spurs are going to rape Burnley. Sorry for the language, but regardless, let us know what you guys think. I mean, I don't know if we've been right about any of our predictions. It's been a wild league this year, right? No one saw any. Like every week, we have predictions. They fly through the door. Some bullshit happens, and we don't know, right? So it's a wild league. We're probably fucking wrong. We're probably gonna get all 10 wrong. But you guys let us know what you guys think in the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.